Have you ever noticed how your eyes feel different from how they used to? Maybe it starts with a subtle itch that lingers after waking up, or a scratchy, burning feeling that builds as the day goes on. Perhaps you've caught yourself rubbing your eyes more often, struggling to focus on the page of a book, or blinking repeatedly just to find some relief. It's easy to dismiss these signs as just another part of getting older. It's normal, we tell ourselves. It happens to everyone. But what if it doesn't have to? What if the dryness, the irritation, the tired, watery eyes at night weren't just inevitable, but reversible? The truth is, while aging plays a role, it's not the full story. Your eyes are living, breathing organs. They're nourished by your blood, protected by your immune system, and fueled, just like the rest of your body, by what you eat. And what you may not know is that certain foods can help restore the natural moisture in your eyes, improve tear quality, and even reverse years of dryness from the inside out. It's not about fancy treatments. It's not about expensive drops or prescriptions. It's about small, consistent choices, the kind you make every day, quietly at your kitchen table. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 powerful foods that have been shown to dramatically reduce dry eye symptoms in older adults. These aren't trendy health fads. They're time-tested, science-backed, and deeply nourishing, supporting not just your eyes, but your whole body. So if you've been feeling the effects of dry eyes, whether it's occasional discomfort or a constant burden, this video is for you. Before we begin, if you find comfort and clarity in thoughtful, well-researched content like this, I invite you to subscribe and turn on the bell. Honey, we're building a space for people who want to age wisely, with more awareness, more ease, and more choice. Your support helps us grow this community of quiet strength and lifelong learning. Now let's begin, because your eyes deserve more than artificial tears. They deserve nourishment from the inside out. Number 1, omega-3 fatty acids, the eye's natural lubricant. There's a quiet kind of discomfort that comes with dry eyes. It's not loud. It doesn't demand your attention the way a sharp pain might, but it wears on you, slowly, steadily, a gritty feeling that makes blinking a chore, a film that never quite clears, even after resting your eyes. A subtle redness that seems to say, something's not right. For many older adults, that discomfort becomes part of daily life. They try drops. They sit closer to the window. They blink harder. But the truth is, the problem often runs deeper than the surface of the eye. It starts in the very cells that create your tears. And one of the most powerful allies for those cells is a group of nutrients you may already know by name: omega-3 fatty acids. Now, omega-3s are often praised for heart health or brain function, but few people realize their vital role in eye hydration. These essential fats are building blocks for your tear film, the delicate layer that keeps your eyes smooth, moist, and protected from the air around you. When you don't get enough omega-3s, your tears can break down too quickly. They evaporate before they've had the chance to soothe your eye surface. What's left is dryness, irritation, and inflammation that only grows worse over time. Let me tell you about a man named Howard. He's 68 and lives alone in a small house just outside of Denver. For years, he struggled with red, itchy eyes, especially in the evenings after watching TV. He thought it was just screen time, maybe the heater, maybe allergies. He tried different eye drops from the drugstore, but nothing brought lasting relief. Then during a routine checkup, his doctor asked a simple question: "How often do you eat fish?" Howard laughed. "I'm more of a meat and potatoes guy," he said. That's when everything changed. At his doctor's suggestion, Howard started adding grilled salmon to his weekly meals. He sprinkled flaxseed into his oatmeal. He even added a quality fish oil supplement to his daily routine. It didn't happen overnight, but within a few weeks, he noticed something strange. He wasn't rubbing his eyes as much. The redness faded. The gritty, tired feeling at the end of the day, it was gone. What Howard didn't realize was that omega-3s were helping reduce inflammation in his tear glands, allowing them to function properly again. His tears became more stable, more nourishing. They stayed on the eye longer, forming a protective barrier that restored comfort and clarity. This is not just Howard's story. It could be yours too. The best sources of omega-3s come from nature. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. If you prefer plant-based options, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, and soybeans are excellent choices. Even a spoonful of ground flax in your morning yogurt can begin to shift things inside your body. And for those who don't eat these foods regularly, a high-quality fish oil supplement approved by your doctor can help bridge the gap. Omega-3s aren't a magic cure, but they offer something deeper, a foundation, a way to restore what age and inflammation may have taken from your eyes, a way to help your body work the way it's meant to, gently, quietly, naturally. So if you've been reaching for artificial tears again and again, it may be time to reach for something else, something that doesn't just mask the dryness, but helps your body prevent it. It starts on your plate, and the relief, it may start sooner than you think. Number 2, vitamin A, the unsung protector of tear film. There's something uniquely frustrating about dry, stinging eyes. You can't see it, you can't point to it, but you feel it. In every blink, every moment you glance toward a light, every time your eyes ache at the end of a quiet afternoon. What many people don't realize is that this dryness is often more than just a lack of moisture. It's a breakdown in the delicate system your eyes rely on to stay protected. And at the heart of that system is something you might not think about often: vitamin A. Vitamin A doesn't get the spotlight like some other nutrients. It's not trendy. It doesn't come with a flashy label or a marketing campaign. But for your eyes, it's essential, especially after 60. To understand why, let's talk about your tear film. It's not just water. It's made up of 3 layers. An oily layer to keep it from evaporating, a watery layer for moisture, and a mucus layer that spreads the tears evenly across your eyes. Vitamin A is the quiet guardian of that mucus layer. Without it, your tears can't spread. They dry up too fast, leaving behind that familiar sensation of grittiness, burning, or constant blinking. Over time, your eyes become more vulnerable, not just to dryness, but to infections, light sensitivity, and even damage to the surface of the cornea. Take the story of Dolores, a 74-year-old retired school librarian from Maine. She spent decades surrounded by books, her eyes constantly moving from word to word. But in her later years, reading had become a struggle. Her eyes felt dry, her vision blurry. It wasn't painful exactly, but it wore her down. She had never thought much about nutrition. She ate what she always had. But after visiting an ophthalmologist and undergoing some tests, she learned her vitamin A levels were dangerously low. Her doctor explained it in simple terms. Your eyes are trying to hydrate themselves, but they don't have the tools. Dolores started making changes, slowly, mindfully. She added sweet potatoes to her dinners. Carrots became a go-to snack. Spinach found its way into her omelets. She even tried butternut squash soup for the first time and loved it. Within weeks, her eyes began to feel more comfortable. She could read longer without needing to pause. The itching faded. Her vision seemed clearer, not perfect, but peaceful. What changed wasn't just her diet, it was the foundation her body had to work with. Vitamin A doesn't just reduce dryness, it prevents long-term complications. It helps your eyes build better tears, ones that soothe, protect, and last. It even protects against night blindness, helping you see more clearly when the lights go low. Where can you find this quiet protector? Start with orange and yellow vegetables, carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, butternut squash. Add in dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are rich in beta-carotene. Eggs and dairy also offer more direct forms of vitamin A, especially helpful for those whose bodies don't convert beta-carotene efficiently. And if you find it hard to get enough through food alone, talk to your doctor about a gentle, well-absorbed vitamin A supplement. The beauty of this change is how simple it is. A few mindful choices each week can make the difference between struggling to focus and reading with ease, between reaching for artificial tears and relying on your body's own resilience. Vitamin A doesn't just help your eyes, it reminds them how to heal. If you've made it this far, let me know by commenting vitamin A below. And while you're here, subscribe if you haven't yet. This helps us continue sharing content that brings real comfort and clarity to your everyday life. Number 3, hydrating foods. Because tears are mostly water. Sometimes the body doesn't shout, it whispers. And dehydration is one of those whispers. It doesn't always come with a parched throat or visible fatigue. Sometimes it shows up in a place you'd never expect, your eyes. Many older adults assume that dry eyes are just a matter of age or genetics. But in reality, one of the most common and overlooked causes of eye dryness is something incredibly simple: a lack of water. Not just in your glass, but in your cells, your tissues, your tears. You see, your tear film is composed of 3 layers, and the middle one, the watery layer, is exactly what it sounds like. It relies on adequate hydration to stay full, to keep your eyes moist and comfortable. When your body doesn't get enough water, that layer thins. And what's left behind is dryness, irritation, and a feeling that your eyes are working too hard just to see clearly. As we age, this problem becomes more subtle and more dangerous. Why? Because our natural thirst signals begin to fade. You may not feel thirsty, but your body is. And your eyes? They're often the first to tell the truth. Let me tell you about Richard. He's 81, a retired train conductor who always prided himself on being tough. Never drank much water, never saw the point. "I'm not sweating," he'd say. "Why drink?" But the signs were there. His eyes would blur in the mornings, feel sticky after an afternoon nap, and sting when the wind picked up outside. He blamed it on getting old, on screen time, on the weather. Then one winter, his daughter came to visit and noticed the way he squinted even indoors. She asked gently, "Dad, how much water are you drinking?" He shrugged. "A cup or 2, maybe, with coffee." She smiled, opened the fridge, and handed him a bowl of watermelon. That small moment began a quiet transformation. Over the next few weeks, Richard didn't just drink more water. He started adding hydrating foods to his daily meals. Cucumbers in his sandwiches, oranges with breakfast, a warm bowl of broth at night, celery sticks while reading the paper. And something changed. The blurred mornings disappeared. His eyes no longer felt like sandpaper by sunset. He even said, half laughing, "I forgot what it felt like to have comfortable eyes." Hydrating foods work gently but powerfully. They don't just replenish fluids. They offer electrolytes, vitamins, and antioxidants that help your body retain and distribute moisture properly. And when it comes to eye health, they are essential. So what should you reach for? Start with the classics: cucumbers, watermelon, celery. These are over 90% water and rich in minerals that help the body absorb and hold on to moisture. Add in oranges, strawberries, and bell peppers for a hydrating boost that also delivers vitamin C. Another key for reducing inflammation in your tear glands. Even warm foods like broth-based soups and yogurt can contribute. They're soothing, easy to digest, and offer a calming way to rehydrate your body from the inside out. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require drastic change. It's not about counting ounces or chugging water on a schedule. It's about listening, really listening, to the small signals your body sends. the quiet dryness behind your eyes, the blurry haze before bed, the way your vision feels tired even when your body isn't. By including more hydrating foods in your meals, you're not just feeding your eyes. You're respecting them. You're choosing comfort, clarity, and care. One glass of water, one slice of fruit, one spoonful of soup at a time. Number 4, antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. Your eyes' bodyguards. Oxidative stress doesn't just age your skin, it wears down your tear glands too. Lutein and zeaxanthin are antioxidants that protect the eye from blue light damage and inflammation, two major drivers of dry eyes. Eggs, kale, spinach, and bell peppers aren't just colorful, they're powerful. They help you produce high-quality tears and reduce eye fatigue, especially after screen time or long reading sessions. Think of them as sunglasses for the inside of your eyes. Number 5, vitamin E, for stronger, resilient tear glands. Tear glands weaken with age, especially if they're under constant attack from oxidative damage. That's where vitamin E comes in. It protects these glands, helps maintain a stable tear film, and reduces evaporation. Almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, and avocados are your allies here. Even a handful of nuts a day can ease the burn, eliminate that scratchy sensation, and restore comfort. Just like it did for Henry, a 79-year-old who finally found relief not in a bottle, but in a bowl of mixed nuts. Number 6, probiotics. Because healthy eyes begin in the gut. You may not expect this, but your gut and your eyes are deeply connected. Poor digestion triggers body-wide inflammation, which can damage tear glands and reduce tear production. Probiotic-rich foods like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, and kefir promote good bacteria that regulate inflammation. Add fiber-rich foods like oats and leafy greens, and you build an internal environment where healthy tear production thrives. Judith, 80, used to battle both bloating and dry eyes. But when she focused on gut health, her vision cleared, and so did her comfort. Number 7, zinc, the invisible support for tear production. There's a trace mineral most people forget about. It doesn't show up in shiny labels or glamorous ads, but your eyes know it well. Its name is zinc, and it plays a quiet, essential role in helping your body produce tears, heal the eye surface, and fight off subtle irritations before they become visible problems. Zinc acts like a messenger. It helps transport vitamin A from the liver to the retina, where it helps produce melanin, the protective pigment in your eyes. Without zinc, even the best sources of vitamin A can't fully reach their target. It also assists in wound healing, meaning that minor damage to your tear glands or cornea can heal faster when zinc is present. Let me tell you about Sylvia. At 72, she was sharp, witty, and still taught piano lessons in her living room. But her eyes were giving her trouble. Her doctor said her vitamin A levels looked fine, but she still experienced frequent irritation and found herself using lubricating drops almost every 2 hours. It wasn't until a nutritional screening revealed low zinc levels that the real story unfolded. Her doctor recommended adding zinc-rich foods like chickpeas, pumpkin seeds, lentils, and lean meats. Within weeks, Sylvia felt the difference. The need for drops diminished. Her eyes stopped aching by dinner. And more than that, she felt stronger overall. You don't need much zinc, just enough to keep the system running. And it's found in simple whole foods: beef, oysters, cashews, beans, and even oats. Sometimes the smallest nutrients make the biggest difference. Zinc doesn't flood your body with sensation. It doesn't offer instant relief, but it clears the pathway for other nutrients to do their job and helps your body hold on to the healing that's already underway. Number 8, herbal support: chamomile, bilberry, and eyebright. There is wisdom in the earth, gifts passed down through generations, used long before laboratories and prescriptions. Herbs may seem old-fashioned, but many still offer gentle, powerful support for aging eyes. Chamomile, for example, isn't just for sleep. It's anti-inflammatory, calming, and helps reduce puffiness and irritation when consumed regularly as a tea or applied with a warm compress. It soothes not just the eyes, but the nervous system that surrounds them. Bilberry, related to the blueberry, is rich in antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins, that help strengthen the small blood vessels in the eye and support circulation to the retina and tear glands. During World War II, British pilots even ate bilberries to improve their night vision. Today, they're used to reduce dryness, fatigue, and light sensitivity. And then there's eyebright, an herb named for exactly what it serves. Though research is still emerging, it's been used traditionally for centuries to ease inflammation and redness, especially in aging eyes. Taken as a tea or tincture, it may offer subtle support when dryness feels stubborn and constant. These aren't cures, they're companions, gentle allies that, when paired with proper nutrition and hydration, can elevate your body's natural ability to protect and heal. So if you enjoy sipping tea in the afternoon, consider one that heals as well as comforts. And when you next walk past the herbal aisle, remember, some of the oldest remedies still hold the most timeless wisdom. So now that you've walked with me through all 6 of these healing foods, I invite you to pause and reflect, not just on what you've learned, but on how you've been feeling lately. Have your eyes been trying to tell you something? That quiet dryness in the afternoon? That blurry film in the morning? That subtle sting after time spent reading or working on a screen? These aren't just random annoyances. They're signals, gentle reminders that your body's asking for care, for nourishment, for something different. And the good news is, change doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. It begins with what you choose to put on your plate. A handful of almonds, a bowl of butternut squash soup, a few slices of watermelon, a spoonful of yogurt. These small acts of care can ripple out into something bigger. Clarity, comfort, ease. Because the truth is, aging isn't about losing what we once had. It's about learning how to support what we still do. And your eyes, those windows to your memories and moments, deserve that support. They've carried you through a lifetime of beauty, sorrow, laughter, and light. Let them keep doing that, clearly, comfortably, and with grace. If this video spoke to you, if you found even one insight helpful, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share. Which of these 6 foods are you most curious to try? Or perhaps you already eat one of them regularly. Have you noticed a difference? Your story could inspire someone else on their healing path. And if you haven't yet, I gently invite you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Not because we chase numbers, but because we believe in creating a space where aging is honored, not feared, where knowledge is gentle, not overwhelming, and where healing begins with awareness, not urgency. Thank you for spending this time with us. We're grateful you're here. Until next time, take care of your eyes, your body, and your beautiful, enduring spirit.